name is Courtney and welcome to MPA Property Group's Insight for this week. Today MPA CEO Craig Whaley will be explaining a useful strategy for improving cash flow.
Thank you, Courtney, and welcome. Just in relation to cash flow, it's absolutely critical that all dollars are working effectively at all times, as we're aware. We look at maximising rental yields, which is fantastic, but I'd just like to introduce you to another strategy which still relates to improving cash flow. It's not about the rent. Let's first of all look at asking a question. The question is, would you allow your tenants to pay the rent in a lump sum at the end of the year rather than weekly in advance? So we've got that up here. Would you allow your tenants to pay the rent in a lump sum at the end of the year rather than weekly in advance? Well, if you like, the majority of people, overwhelmingly, they will say no. A lot of people can't afford to be without rent for 2, 3, 4 weeks, so why would you go 52 weeks without rent? The answer is quite obvious in many cases. Well, if that's the case, let me ask you a second question. Is a dollar irrespective of where it comes from? Is a dollar irrespective of where it comes from? Has it come from your rental income? Has it come from your salary? Has it indeed come from the tax office? Now let's think about that and let's relate it to the last question. You wouldn't allow your tenants to wait 52 weeks to pay their rent in a lump sum at the end of the year. So why then do we not take the same philosophy with the tax office? Why do we wait in many cases 12 months to get income that we can effectively have in our pay packets on a weekly, fortnightly or monthly basis? Let's have a look at that. Let's assume we have $8,000 tax return owing at the end of the year based on a property investment. Effectively, the $8,000 will come back at the end of the year, yes, but let's go back to my previous question. We wouldn't allow our tenants to wait 12 months to pay the rent at the end of the year. So, through a taxation variation authority, which is a form in effect doing the tax in advance, we can use the same philosophy with the tax check to get it back weekly in your pay packet. Effectively, having two incomes from one property. We now have income from our tenants, we now have income from the tax office. Conservative and aggressive investors both get benefits. Conservative investors have the ability for more cash flow, the property costs them less holding costs, more standard of living. The aggressive investor effectively has more ability to actually use that cash flow to buy more properties or to invest in other things. So whether you're conservative or aggressive, it's a great strategy to use. So just remember, don't wait 12 months to get your tax return, and effectively, based on a given situation, it would be a fantastic tool to get weekly, fortnightly, and monthly. Increased cash flow, less out of pocket for the property, more income offsetting interest as well. So that's the tip for this week. Using the taxation variation authority, feel free to contact MPA Property Group for further details or your accountant to put one in place. Thank you very much. Signing off, MPA Property Group, tip of the week.
Thank you for taking time to watch this segment. We hope you found it of benefit. Next week we will cover some important information relating to property cycles. We look forward to hearing from you at any time on how we can help with your property investment needs.